Welcome to another video here in Phuket Pals. This is Teacher Marco, and today we will focus on HiSET reading and how to improve your reading skills for the HiSET tests. So, of course, I will be talking about skills, reading skills that you need to improve on, and also um, expound on that on how you can improve it. Okay, now these skills might also work for other tests, not only the HiSET test, but any test, any English test that has a reading section or a reading module. Now I've selected 7 skills for us to work on and how to improve them. The first skill is improve your vocabulary. So, knowing what the words you are reading mean can improve your ability to comprehend the meaning of the text. Now, how do we improve this? To improve your vocabulary, you can take an online vocabulary quiz to assess your current level of vocabulary understanding. You can also use flashcards to quiz yourself on words you don't know once or twice a week. Now, uh, when I mentioned take an online quiz and do some flashcards, those are very simple stuff. You don't need to say that to us. Well, yes, the point is it's really good to go to your basic skills or basic vocabulary skills to focus on them. And the web is the largest archive and library that you can use to improve this. There are some online flashcards that you can use. There are some online vocabulary quizzes that you can use. Also, you can make a point to use newly learned words in verbal and written communication. So keep on practicing the new words that you have learned. Read as much as possible to improve your ability to guess what a word means in certain contexts. Read, read, read. Make a list of unfamiliar words as you read and look them up in the dictionary, right? So that's all basic and it's all foundation, and that's the secret. And actually, there's no magic behind that, and it's not secret even, but you just have to be reminded of it, and I'm the one who's reminding you right now. Okay, number two, come up with questions about the text you're reading. So it's really important to ask questions about what you're reading, and it can help improve your reading comprehension by allowing you to become invested in the text. So you're connected with the text. It can also broaden your overall understanding of what you're reading by enabling you to explore themes, motives, and other components of the text that you otherwise wouldn't inquire about. So, you know, some examples of questions that you can ask yourself while you're reading is, why did the author begin the book at that location? You can also ask, what kind of relationship do these two characters share? You can also ask, like, what do we know about the main character up to this point in the book? Or are there any themes that have consistently come up throughout the book? If so, what do they mean? All right? The more specific the questions, the more likely you will gain further insight into the text and the meaning. Another tip is use context clues. Now, using context clues is a great way to understand what you are reading, even if you don't know all the vocabulary being used. That's normal. You wouldn't know everything, you wouldn't know every word on the passage. And the point is, context clues can be found in the words and sentences surrounding the word that you aren't familiar with. So, to use context clues, you can focus on the key phrases or ideas in a sentence and deduce the main idea of a sentence or paragraph based on this information. You can also look for nearby words that are synonyms or antonyms of the words that you do not know. Just go around the passage, go around the phrase, go around the sentence, and eventually you'll find some clue. Okay? Look for the main idea. Now, identifying the main idea of a paragraph or article can help you determine the importance of the article. Now, understanding why what you're reading is important can give you a better comprehension of what the author is trying to convey. So when reading, pause every few paragraphs and see if you can decipher what the main idea is. Then try to put the main idea in your own words for even further understanding. Actually, you can write the main idea. Just pause. When you feel that you're lost, stop and then go back to the previous text and then write down the main idea. Then move on. Right. Number 5, write a summary of what you read. So, a great way to increase your knowledge of what you have read is to write a summary. Now, summarizing requires you to decide what is important in the text and then put it in your own words. So, summarizing allows you to determine if you truly understand what you have read and better remember what you have read in the long term, right? So, it doesn't have to be a long summary. Stop once in a while, and this is somehow related to the main idea, right? Just write the summary and then move on to the next paragraph or next phrase or next sentence, right? 6, I want you to put a highlight on this. A lot of students are intimidated because of how long the texts are in the HiSET reading. But you have to remember that you can break up the reading into smaller sections. If you're reading longer or more challenging texts, consider breaking it up into smaller sections. So, for example, you could read 2 paragraphs at a time, then pause to quickly summarize what you just read in your mind. And then breaking up what you are reading can help you feel less overwhelmed and give you a chance to truly comprehend the information in the text. Also builds your confidence because you now know that, wow, I'm understanding this particular part. Now, okay, let me move on. It keeps you excited and move on to the next part of the text, right? And lastly, pace yourselves. Now, this is something that you need to work on before you take the test. So, pacing yourself is an effective way to work on your reading comprehension skills by allowing you to set realistic goals for your reading practice and habits. This is especially true for books or other literature that you find challenging. Okay, so set a goal for yourself. For example, like, uh, like rather than saying that you want to read an entire book in 2 days, say that you will read 3 chapters a night, and this will allow you to reach your goals and also provides adequate time for you to process what you're reading between each session. So, uh, remember this: reading is a fundamental part of everyday life. The more you incorporate and prioritize reading and understanding what you read, the better your overall reading skill will improve. Okay? So these tips can help you make most of your time when you're practicing your reading skills, and I hope that you will incorporate them in your daily lives, and I hope that I can help you out pass your HiSET reading test. If you want to know more about us, check us out on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/PhuketPals, or check our website. That's PhuketPals.org. Thank you for your time and see you in our next video. Bye bye.